Welcome to Layn Turo University. My name's Conrad Layn. I'm gonna leave an article below in regards to independent claims. I have many videos to go over this. This isn't that type of video. This is another strategy if you decide to utilize the independent claim process, so that way you can assist your Turo guests without having to pay maybe a bigger out-of-pocket expense. For example, maybe they cost $700 of damage to your car, but for example, for whatever reason, their deductible, maybe it's a $2,000 deductible or $1,500 deductible, either with their personal insurance or with the Turo insurance plan they selected. What you can do essentially is allow and actually require and get an independent claim, so that way they don't have to use their deductible or pay their deductible. And especially if you have a big deductible, maybe you have a Turo 90 plan, for example, maybe you have an over $2,000 deductible, you don't want to pay that for maybe $700 worth of damage, for example. You can actually request an independent claim. You'll have 20 days to process this. Once it's approved by Turo, you'll be able to be paid directly. That's one of the ways that actually Turo allows you to accept money. Any other way typically is a gray market transaction, so you want to do this. But the problem is this: I had a recent situation with a great guest. Actually, there was some damage caused to my car, very minor at best. It's already been taken care of, but it was for $793, and that was the invoice for the damage. But his deductible was around $3,000. So the problem with that is that doesn't make any sense for him to pay that, and he's less inclined to pay a deductible where the damage costs less than that, especially since he was actually wanting to work with me, and actually he was a really nice guy. So what I did was I just filed an independent claim at 20 days. He paid it within 2 days, which is great. So that's about it. It was a really easy process. And the reason I did this because he lives in Canada. Well, you guys might not be aware of, sometimes, say certain apps, like especially like Zelle, you can only at this point transfer money, maybe this will change, from within the States. You have to have an account that was started in the States, for example. So Zelle wasn't, he couldn't use Zelle to sell me money, for example, or I couldn't sell him, for example, I couldn't do that. So with someone who's maybe, since Turo is a company that rents to a lot of people all around the world, they might not have a bank account where they can even accept your money. Their account numbers might be different, where they can't even wire transfer you. What do you do then? Don't do this. This is an option, but you can actually give your account number and routing number to them, and hopefully they can wire transfer it. But I think that's a little too much information, in my personal opinion. What I highly recommend, and what I think can definitely work, what most Turo hosts don't know about, you can actually request a manual invoice. How you go about doing this is simple. All you have to do is send your Turo guests that caused the damage a message through Turo messages saying, hey, I understand you live outside the country, or hey, I understand you don't have a Zelle account, or you have no ways of really paying me to my American or US account. So what I'm going to essentially do is I'm going to actually type this message here. I'm going to ask you if it's okay for Turo to create a manual invoice for the money that's invoiced for the damage. As long as they say yes in the message and Turo can see that, Turo will actually create a manual invoice and charge your account directly. This is much more professional. It makes you feel safe, makes them feel safe. They're not giving you their wired information. You're not giving them your wired information. And you keep it inside, kind of like in the platform in a way. This way, Turo will verify that. The process, as long as you see that message confirming that the Turo guest has agreed to the price, they'll go ahead and process the manual invoice. That's what happened to me, people. It was really great, really easy. Less than 2 minutes, they sent me a yes, they agreed. Turo took it out, put the money in my account. Less than 2 minutes, people. That's how you do it. That's how you do a manual invoice. If you either A, don't have a Zelle account yourself, if you don't have PayPal, if you have no type of maybe account to accept money that's owed to you for independent claim, this is a great way. If you maybe have a really big out-of-pocket expense and you want to file an independent claim, this is a great way to go about it, so that you don't have to give your private information, or even if you don't feel like giving your Zelle information. Maybe you do have Zelle, maybe you do have Cash App, maybe you do have Venmo, you just don't want to give it to this Turo guest you don't know. I understand that. So at that point, you can just have Turo charge them, but as long as you get a message confirming that the Turo guest agrees to that, Turo will go ahead and process it. You get it really quickly. Highly recommend it, and this is really great for Turo guests that live outside the country where their accounts are not even allowed to wire you money. Some countries have restrictions. So that's how you do it, people. Welcome to Layn Turo University. I'm actually here washing my car, so you guys might hear that beautiful ambiance of water washing my car right now. And I love you guys. Like, subscribe, share. Love you guys. Currently now. Peace.